Good afternoon, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, me and my wife are going to spend a little time here at Disney World's Epcot. And Flower and Garden Festival is going on right now. It's springtime. It is absolutely beautiful. The birds are chirping. This is going to be a fantastic day. We're going to check out some of the nice topiaries that they have around the park. We're going to do some food tasting at some of the flower and garden kitchens spread out around World Showcase in the different countries. I'm inviting you to come along with us today. And we're going to start off with a nice cup of Joffrey's coffee to kick our day off right. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let's go ahead and begin. As soon as you enter the park here at Epcot, right here is some Moana characters. As you can see, Moana. You can see Hey Hey. Right there's Pork Chop, as I like to call him, because this big guy right here, Maui, that is what he refers to the pig in the movie, is Pork Chop. And I've just kind of always went with that. But really cool looking topiaries. Good way to start our day off. This is pretty amazing looking. All right, we are in. You're walking up right here, and I see my wife. She is sitting next to Walt, the Dreamer statue here at Epcot. And that makes perfect sense because my wife is also a dreamer. She has big dreams and aspirations, and so did Walt Disney. Right here in World Celebration, this right here is Figment, who was kind of the official mascot of Epcot, I would say. Sitting up there in that big old patch of flowers. Journey to Imagination. That's kind of what Figment is all about. And he's got a ride here in Epcot also. All right, next stop, we're going to stop in right here at the Creation Shop. Look, a little merch inside. I got something I want to show you when we get inside, but look at this trash can. This is freaking cool, man. Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival 2025. They went all out, and I really like this right here. It's like, you know, the kind of the design of a spaceship Earth going on with little oranges all over it. Yeah, that is pretty cool. All right, I have made it to the inside of the Creation Shop. Give you a little idea of some of the merch they have out here. The Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival 2025 pass holder t-shirt they have here. And then right over here we have some Spike the Bee lug bags. Check that out, that's kind of cute. They actually have them on sale right now, regularly $65, $40. My wife actually bought one of these bags yesterday. This right here is the orange bird. It says Spike the Honey Farm on it. It also have the little orange bird emblem right there. Really cool looking bag. These right here are normally about $89, and she was able to get it for $40. And then with her AP Pass discount, she got it for about $32, $34, something like that. So she got a really good deal on it. And that was really crazy to think that these were that cheap, because we're only about halfway through Flower and Garden Festival. It's going to last well into June. And they have another display right here featuring the orange bird. And look at all these like spirit jerseys that they have available here. These are $79.99. And then right over here is a really cool shirt that I almost bought, but I backed out at the last minute and bought something a little bit different. But this here is $34.99 for this awesome flower and garden. And I also like it has the 30 years, celebrating 30 years right here of Flower and Garden Festival on the shirt itself. And right here just outside of Connections Eatery, we have Donald Duck. And Donald Duck has got a hoe in his hand, and he looks like he is on a mission. But he has really got some very beautiful flowers out here. Donald's done a great job. What a cool looking topiary. But not too far away from Donald is his nephews. And we're going to walk over there and check them out next, because who don't love his nephews? Huey, Louie, and Dewey. And right here is the nephews, and I think they're hard at work. As you can see, they already got some weeds and some flowers in their hands. They have some rakes. Man, I remember when I was a kid, my parents used to make me do stuff just like this. And boy, I did not always enjoy it, but I'm thankful now that I took the time, because I had to learn stuff like this, you know, just to take care of some things. Nice life lessons. This is our first location. We're going to try a little food they're fixing to open. This is called the Brunch Cot. And if we walk right over here, I'll show you the menu that they have here. And some of this stuff we've tried before, like we've had the avocado toast, shrimp and grits, but this right here struck my fancy. The biscuits and gravy featuring Impossible sausage with pepper jelly for $6.75. And this is what it looks like. And I've also already had the fried cinnamon roll bites, and they're very delicious, but I want to try something a little bit new today. So I'm a big fan of biscuits and gravy. Don't know if this is going to be something I'm going to like, but hey, I'm willing to try it. All right, and right here is what we're dealing with. This here is our biscuit and gravy. Let's dig into this. All right, here goes my first bite. Let's taste this and see how it is. All right, so I'm going to be honest with you. Surprisingly, this is pretty good. This is not that bad. This is Impossible sausage, so it's not like real sausage meat, but everything's good, I think. I mean, it really goes good together. And I do like that pepper jam. That stuff right there is a nice little touch to it. To me, it's not overly salty. I really kind of thought it might, but it's not too bad, because sometimes people, when they're making gravy, they over salt it. I mean, I can't believe how much I'm actually enjoying the biscuits and gravy here. What's Epcot know about biscuits and gravy? The only thing that can make this a little bit better is if they had that bowberry sauce that you get at Bojangles on their sausage biscuits right now. They actually have like a bowberry sausage biscuit, which is just gangster. It is so good. What an absolutely beautiful day. Look at those beautiful flowers over there across the water. Man, that's so pretty. I gotta say, that sausage and gravy surprised me a little bit. Really didn't think I was gonna like it all that much. And right over here is our next stop. My wife wants to stop right here. We're gonna try the citrus blossom. A few items in here she's gonna go inside and order, and that is the citrus baked brie and the lemon tart. And that's kind of what it's gonna look like. Right there is the brie, and right over here is the lemon tart. So that ought to be good. We almost thought about getting some of this orange sesame tempura shrimp. I think we're just gonna stick with the brie and the lemon. Okay, so right here is the citrus baked brie, and this here is the lemon tart. Wow, artsy. So the lemon baked brie is good, do like it, but me and my wife was talking, and she made a good point that the brie itself, like that cheese, you don't really taste that, much at all. You mainly taste that lemon sauce on it, that coating. So, but it is got a nice taste. It's not like, sometimes lemony stuff can be like kind of overwhelming to me, and that is not. It's actually very balanced and nice. But if you're a big fan of brie, thinking you're gonna get a lot of cheesy flavor, not gonna happen. So this here is the lemon tart, had this like meringue on top of it. I want to taste that. It's very sticky. Yeah, the meringue itself, I'm not a big fan of meringue, and I'm not a big fan of that meringue. All right, here is my piece of my lemon tart. See if it's better than the meringue. I will say this, the lemon tart has a stronger lemon flavor for me. Like, it's almost going toward that place of kind of a sour lemony, but it like puts the brakes on right before it gets there. So it is very refreshing, pretty good stuff. If you're a fan of lemon, I'm thinking you're going to probably like that better than the brie. If you really like lemony stuff, pretty good lemon tart. And right here, they have a sign that says Purple Martins on it, and they actually have a little thing here, give you a little information about the Purple Martins and where they come from. And they have the houses, the birdhouses right here, and you can see them right here on Epcot property. And right here is some more Topiaries. This is Phineas and Ferb. I don't really know who Phineas and Ferb is. My wife actually pointed it out to me. She let me know that that's their names. But all in all, we are looking at Topiaries today, so I thought I would definitely add them in here to the video. Right here is another very popular topiary. As we can see, Chip and Dale from the Rescue Rangers have this little picnic basket over here with a dog. What could that mean? And right there's Minnie Mouse, and then right back there is the Big Cheese with like maybe a tennis racket, playing with his dog Pluto. And yes, they've been flying a kite together. I tell you something right now, the Mickey and Pluto with Minnie Mouse, Chip and Dale's, that is a very popular place to go get your pictures taken. As you see that big long line right there, we actually secured our picture yesterday right there in that location. And you can also go back there at night and get a whole different experience as the lights are shining on the topiaries. All right, and this here is another topiary right here at the entrance of World Showcase. This is the Encanto topiary, and this right here is an absolutely stunning view. Look at all the flowers out there, the monorail cruising by. This is beautiful. Love Flower and Garden Festival. And another thing is pretty cool, they have an awesome photographer that you can set right here on this bench. They will take your family's photo right here and they will add a little magic to it, and that is your background, like your backdrop of your photo. It is absolutely stunning. All right, right here just outside of the Canada Pavilion, we have Bambi and Friends. Right there's Thumper, which he's been kind of famous lately here at Epcot because of his Thumper popcorn bucket, which I just think is crazy. People love to line up for those popcorn buckets. I think we got one too many at the house right now. But right here is Bambi. What a nice design. Very pretty. Love the eyes. All right, I've made my way back here into areas that we don't normally venture to. This here is the Canada Pavilion, and this is just such a beautiful, well-groomed and maintained area. Look at the birds out there eating in the grass. And right there is a hidden bunny egg right here in the Canada Pavilion. You can actually go around World Showcase and hunt all the eggs, or you could yesterday. This is after Easter now, but they're still hidden around World Showcase. Just love this little area. Look at that little like house, little rock house back there, kind of hidden away. Little details like that. It's really, really nice. Absolutely beautiful little garden area here in the Canada Pavilion at Epcot. All right, as we exit the Canada Pavilion, right here next to the Trade-in Post refreshments, right here on this cool totem pole, if you look right up there at the very top, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a really cool hidden Mickey about right there. It's blue, but that's a hidden Mickey right there. A lot of people walk by and they don't even recognize it's up there. As we make our way over here close to the UK Pavilion, right here we have Captain Hook and Peter Pan himself about ready to duel it out. Captain Hook looking meaner than ever with that green face, but really cool topiaries right here. And then we have the alligator, which he's a big fan of Captain Hook. If you've ever seen the cartoon, read the story, this here is kind of the demise of Captain Hook right here, this alligator. And right here in the UK, we have Eeyore, we have Piglet. Right here is Tigger. He's not hopping right now, but we know he can. And then right down here, we have Rabbit. And here is the star himself, Winnie the Pooh, with his balloon. Very fitting. Okay, we've made our way over here to the France Pavilion now, and I love the little details that if you ain't paying attention, you can miss. Notice that painting down there. And that painting, you can see like a friendship boat. You can see the Skyliners kind of in the background a bit, and you see this building off to the right. And then when I pan up, it's an exact building kind of from this location. The trees have grown since the painting has been completed. You can see a friendship boat back there in the back moving around. And if it moves right through here, it will be a perfect lined up moment. This right here, this painting was painted like right here, and this pretty much squared up about like this. It's just the trees have kind of blocked where you can't see the Skyliners quite as well as you used to could see when that painting was being painted. And right here in the France Pavilion, we have Lumiere, who is a topiary. And right next to him is this little guy. Can't remember his name. If you remember his name, definitely put it down in the comments below. But he is the clock. And I'm not going to look it up. I want to see if other people know what his name is. And right here in the middle of the France Pavilion, we have Belle and the Beast. And right here next to the old Morocco Pavilion, we have Miss Piggy. And look at Kermit the Frog and his styling and profiling on this awesome yellow bicycle. I love it that Miss Piggy and Kermit, the Muppets, still getting some love around here, even though their land over in Hollywood Studio has been removed. As you can hear the drums in the background, we have made it over here into the Japan Pavilion. Love this little garden area. All these little water fixtures. Got the bells that chime up there as the water fills up the little tubes. It's really awesome. Seeing these little tubes filling up with water kind of reminds me of the end of one of the Kill Bill movies. I can't remember if it was part 1 or part 2 in one of the final duels. I think it was the first movie. They have one of these little fixtures in that scene that's kind of eerie in the background as the duel takes place. And we got to take a moment just to look at this dragon topiary right here. Yeah, that is pretty awesome. Really, really cool. Right here in the Japan Pavilion. Look at that architecture of that building. That is awesome. All right, now I am stopping in here at the Italy Pavilion. I'm going to walk back here and check out Lady and the Tramp. Almost forgot about them. And right here is Lady and the Tramp, adorned with all these beautiful flowers. All right, I'm now made my way over here to the Germany Pavilion, and this is where they have the model train sets, the little villages out here. And I think this is pretty cool, but we got a disaster. Look, train down. I have never seen this before. It actually, something must have knocked it over. Maybe a Disney duck came in here and knocked that daggone train off the track. Probably not. But right here comes a train that is on the track, choo-chooing along there. And the cool thing I believe I read or seen online somewhere recently, that these trains were actually put in place at the very first Flower Garden. I believe that's correct. So that'd be like 30 years ago. This train track little area was put in place and is still here all these years later. And it's here year round. It just doesn't come and go with Flower Garden. But me and my wife always stop by here and look at the trains. Love the little details. Check out the little smokestack right here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've never noticed that before. That there might be new. And right here they have another little train over here on this side. Listen to it choo-choo around. Tooting its horn. That is so cool. And that mansion right there in the middle of the screen kind of looks like the Psycho house from the movie Psycho. All right, and right over here on the water's edge here in the Germany Pavilion, I cannot forget my wife's favorite. Right here is Snow White with her best little dwarf friend, Dopey. And right across the way here, we have the rest of the 7 dwarves, or the 6 other ones. I do not know all their names. Please don't judge. It's been a while since I've seen these movies. But I love their faces. That near's got to be Grumpy, right? Look at his face. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know that look when I screw up. I get in trouble. I see that face sometime. You guys that are married, you know what I'm talking about. Hi-ho, hi-ho, off the work we go. The 7 dwarves and Snow White right here in Germany Pavilion. That is awesome. All right, we made a quick pit stop here in the Germany Pavilion at the Caramel Küche and got us a treat or two and some water, of course, because it is stifling hot today walking around World Showcase. But yeah, this right here is gonna hit the spot, even though it has nothing to do with Flower and Garden, but it's still a very good sweet treat. This here is a caramel square coated in milk chocolate with a little touch of sea salt on the top of it, and these things are delicious. All right, here we go. Okay, got my bite in. Check out that goodness right there. That is awesome. Hey, hey. Yay! Man, I tell you, the drums were awesome over there. We have made our way over here to Norway, and this right here is Elsa and Anna Topiaries. Very popular. And welcome to Mexico Pavilion. Absolutely love this Mexican pavilion. And it's hard to believe, back years ago, that somebody that might have had one margarita too many, he actually climbed up to the top, or tried to make it to the top of the tower here. And that's why you see these no climbing signs adorned on the side of this building now. And right here at the entrance of the Mexican pavilion, we have a few Coco characters. This is Miguel and Dante. All right, as I make my way now over toward the Land Pavilion, right here is Goofy. Looks like he's got an old dandelion in his hand. It's kind of croaked, and he might have been blowing some old dandelions out through these beautiful flowers, which in my neck of the woods, that's frowned upon because people don't want old dandelions in their beautiful array of flowers. Right here, as you can see, some of the cast members out here right now watering the plants. And it's time for another food item, and right here is a little kitchen called Beach Grub. They got a seafood bake right here. We got grilled street corn on the cob, which I think that's what we're going to try. There's what it looks like. There's the grilled street corn. All right, right here is the street corn. Looking very good. Look at that. That is going to be nice. I ain't had street corn in quite a few years. All right, so this street corn right here has a little garlic butter and rice on it. Let's give it a try. All right, so the street corn is pretty good. I like the garlic butter on it. The rice is a very interesting texture to be on street corn. But I still think my favorite street corn is over in Animal Kingdom. So I'll probably pass on this one. If I really want some good street corn, I just go to Animal Kingdom and get their street corn back there in the Harambe area. To me, it's top notch. That is my favorite. All right, as I just finished scarfing down the street corn, off to the side I noticed some more topiaries, some of the last ones we're probably going to see today. And this is the Lion King. And look how cute Simba is up there in the arms of Rafiki. And just past the Lion King topiaries, we have Toy Story. Well, hello there, partner. How's it going there, Woody? Right here next to Journey into the Imagination, we have Butterfly Landing. So we're going to go inside and check out the butterflies before we wrap this video up today. And we are on the inside of the Butterfly Landing area. This is so cool. There are butterflies all over the place. And check out this cool little butterfly house they have right here. See a lot of them on the inside. They're the little cocoons. A lot of the cocoons are empty now because most of them are flying around, but the ones down there on the bottom, I think they still have not hatched quite yet. That is so cool. Gotta say, the butterflies love this area right over here. They are really congregated, flying all over the place. Look at them up in there. Wow. They are happy. All right. That will do it for the butterflies. It's pretty cool to see that in person. All right, my friends. 15-minute wait on Spaceship Earth. I swear it looks a little bit longer than that. That's pretty nice line behind me. But all in all, I had a great day today. I think we're going to go ahead and head out, go back to the room, maybe take advantage of a little pool time. It's got quite steamy as the morning has rolled into noon. Right here beneath Spaceship Earth is giving me a little bit of shade. I gotta say, it feels very, very nice. All that being said, I hope you enjoyed spending a little time with me today here at Flower and Garden here at Epcot. Got to try some food, see some cool topiaries. A really good day. Thank you so much for watching, friends. I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in my next adventure. Y'all stay safe, and I hope to see you all again very soon.